Hallo und herzlich willkommen zurück. Mass Effect 1 fürs Erste. Wir sind beim Konzil angelangt und gucken jetzt mal, was die zu sagen haben.
The hearing's already started. Come on.
Ah, okay. Wir sind also zu spät. Das macht nie einen guten Eindruck.
The Geth attack is a matter of some concern, but there is nothing to indicate Saren was involved in any way.
The investigation by Citadel Security turned up no evidence to support your charge of treason.
An eyewitness saw him kill Nihilus in cold blood.
We've read the Eden Prime reports, Ambassador. The testimony of one traumatized dock worker is hardly compelling proof.
I resent these accusations. Nihilus was a fellow Spectre and a friend.
That just let you catch him off guard.
Captain Anderson, you always seem to be involved when humanity makes false charges against me. And this must be your protege, Commander Shepard. The one who let the beacon get destroyed.
You're the one who destroyed the beacon. Then you tried to cover it up.
Shift the blame to cover your own failures. Just like Captain Anderson. He's taught you well. But what can you expect from a human?
You can expect me to kill you the next time we meet.
Your species needs to learn its place, Shepard. You're not ready to join the Council. You're not even ready to join the Spectres. He has no right to say that. That's not his decision.
Shepard's admission into the Spectres is not the purpose of this meeting.
This meeting has no purpose. The humans are wasting your time, Counselor, and mine.
Saren's hiding behind his position as a Spectre. You need to open your eyes.
What we need is evidence. So far, we've seen nothing.
There is still one outstanding issue. Commander Shepard's vision. It may have been triggered by the beacon.
Are we allowing dreams into evidence now? How can I defend my innocence against this kind of testimony?
I agree. Our judgment must be based on facts and evidence, not wild imaginings and reckless speculation.
Do you have anything else to add, Commander Shepard?
You've made your decision. I won't waste my breath.
The Council has found no evidence of any connection between Saren and the Geth. Ambassador, your petition to have him disbarred from the Spectres is denied.
I'm glad to see justice was served.
This meeting is adjourned.
It was a mistake bringing you into that hearing, Captain. You and Saren have too much history. It made the Council question our motives.
I know Saren. He's working with the Geth for one reason. To exterminate the entire human race. Every colony we have is at risk. Every world we control is in danger. Even Earth isn't safe.
Tell me about this history between you and Saren.
I worked with him on a mission a long time ago. Things went bad. Real bad. We shouldn't talk about this here. But I know what he's like. And he has to be stopped.
What's our next step?
As a Spectre, he's virtually untouchable. We need to find some way to expose him.
What about Garrus, that CSEC investigator? We saw him arguing with the Executor.
That's right. He was asking for more time to finish his report. Seems like he was close to finding something on Saren.
Any idea where we could find him?
I have a contact in CSEC who can help us track Garrus down. His name is Harkin.
Forget it. They suspended Harkin last month, drinking on the job. I won't waste my time with that loser.
You won't have to. I don't want the Council using your past history with Saren as an excuse to ignore anything we turn up. Shepard will handle this.
You can't just cut Captain Anderson out of this investigation.
The Ambassador's right. I need to step aside.
I need to take care of some business. Captain, meet me in my office later.
Harkin's probably getting drunk at Cora's Den. It's a dingy little club in the lower section of the wards.
Maybe there's another way to find evidence against Saren.
You should talk to Barla Vaughn over in the financial district. Rumor has it he's an agent for the Shadow Broker.
The Shadow Broker?
An information dealer. Buys and sells secrets to the highest bidder. I've heard Barla Vaughn's one of the top representatives. He might know something about Saren. But his information won't come cheap.
You and Saren have a history. What happened?
About 20 years ago, I was part of a mission in the Skillian Verge. I was working with Saren to find and remove a known terrorist threat. Saren eliminated his target, but a lot of people died along the way, innocent people. And the official records just covered it all up. But I saw how he operates. No conscience, no hesitation. He'd kill 1,000 innocent civilians to end a war without a second thought.
Killing innocents doesn't end wars, it causes them.
I know how the world works, Commander. Sometimes you're forced to make unpleasant decisions, but only if there's no other way. Saren doesn't even look for another option. He's twisted, broken. He likes the violence, the killing, and he knows how to cover his tracks.
Killing innocents doesn't end wars, it causes them.
I know how the world, but only if there's no other way. Saren doesn't even look for another option. He's twisted, broken.
Our ambassador doesn't seem to get along with the Council.
He's just frustrated. The Council's always preaching that we need to be part of the galactic community. But for them, it's a one-way street. They want us to expand and settle unstable regions like the Skillian Verge and the Attican Traverse. But when we run into trouble, they don't want to help us out. Everyone knows it's only a matter of time until we get a seat on the Council. The ambassador just thinks it should happen sooner rather than later. And I agree.
You don't think much of Harkin.
The guy joined CSEC about 20 years ago. He's been an embarrassment to our species ever since. Roughing up suspects in custody, bribery accusations, alcohol and drug use. The embassy used to step in when he got in trouble. But I guess enough was enough.
The guy's a scumbag. He should have been cut loose a long time ago.
He was one of the first human CSEC officers. Guess it would have looked bad if he got fired. A lot of backroom deals were worked out over the years to keep him on the force. Politics is a dirty business sometimes, but it looks like his time's run out. We've got enough humans in CSEC now to stop protecting him.
I want to know more about the Spectres.
They're not your typical government agency. They tend to work alone, behind the scenes. They take care of problems the Council can't. It's not easy preserving peace across an entire galaxy. The Council prefers to use diplomacy and negotiation. But sometimes more extreme measures are needed.
How do they decide who becomes a Spectre?
You can't just apply to join. There's no training program. Spectres aren't made. They're born. The Council's always looking for exceptional individuals. People who can get the job done, like you. They've been watching you for years. They see something in you. They want you on their side. Nihilus was supposed to give them a final recommendation, but with him gone, things are still up in the air.
What's their command structure like?
There is no command structure. Each Spectre answers directly to the Council. Sometimes they're sent on specific missions. Other times, they act on their own. They tend to operate outside the law, do whatever it takes to accomplish their goals. The Council just turns a blind eye. Spectres have a lot of power, Shepard.
They sound like shadow operatives.
Everything about them is classified. We don't even know how many there are. The latest Alliance estimate puts their numbers under 100. But the Council couldn't do its job without them. They're the Citadel's top agents, the last line of defense, the final option before open war. The entire galaxy respects and fears them. If a Spectre shows up, you know something big is about to happen.
What happens when a Spectre goes rogue, like Saren?
It doesn't happen often. The Council is careful when they select their candidates. But when something does go wrong, there's usually only one solution. Send another Spectre to bring the rogue agent down.
Tell me more about the Shadow Broker.
He's a necessary evil of galactic politics. Buying and selling information is a part of the game, and the Shadow Broker just happens to be the best player on the field. Always sells to the highest bidder. Doesn't get involved in politics, doesn't pick sides. A simple system, but it works. He's not a threat to anyone, not directly. He's just a resource we can use, or she is. Or maybe they are. Nobody really knows.
Tell me about Barlavon.
He specializes in moving large sums of money without leaving a paper trail. A financial genius, doesn't do anything illegal, but he knows all the loopholes. He's got an impressive client list. Ambassadors, diplomats, Spectres. That's probably why the Shadow Broker uses him.
I should go.
Good luck, Shepard. I'll be over in the ambassador's office if you need anything else.
Alles klar, dann schauen wir uns doch diesen Bala Von mal an. Bin ich mal sehr gespannt. Der Shadow Broker. Was sagst du? Warum sagst du
You sure have to climb a lot of stairs to reach the council. Think that's supposed to be symbolic of their importance.
Ja, bla bla.
That guy's up to something.
What? Oh, no, I wasn't. Never mind.
Hey, Moment.
Yes, is there something you want?
Why are you so interested in the Keepers?
Keepers? I've got no interest in the keep...
Don't get coy. I know what I saw.
I'm not so sure I should be talking to you about this.
We're just talking. Is there something wrong with that?
No. I guess it wouldn't hurt to tell you. I'm using a small scanner to gather readings on the Keepers. So far I've had mixed results. I find it difficult to get near the creatures.
Why were you being so secretive about it, though?
Well, technically we're not supposed to disturb the Keepers. I don't really think my scanning disturbs them, but the authorities might disagree. I'd like to do it more openly, but it's not really worth getting arrested over.
I could help you out. I'm not worried about the authorities.
I don't even know who you are.
I'm Commander Shepard, with the Alliance military.
Well, I suppose I could use the help. You'll need this. It's the scanning device I developed. Activate it each time you see a Keeper. All collected data will automatically upload to my database. I'll even send a few credits your way for each unique scan.
What are you doing with the data once you've scanned it?
Trying to learn whatever I can about the Keepers. We see them working everywhere, yet we know so little about them. I'm a scientist. I want to know what makes them tick.
I should get going then.
Yes, I have much work myself. So long, and good luck with the scanning.
Okay. Keeper Scan.
No, I just want to ask, Commander.
Okay, der will immer noch nicht mit mir reden. Ja, das mit den Keepern ist natürlich eine kleine Fleißarbeit jetzt. Ich will versuchen, das so ein bisschen nebenbei abzuhaken. Ich weiß gar nicht mehr. Ich meine, hier war noch irgendwo ein Keeper. Bin mir gerade aber nicht mehr sicher, wo. Irgendwo hier an der Seite, glaube ich. Okay, hier ist keiner. Da hinten auch nicht. Also hier war auf jeden Fall noch irgendwo einer. Hier im Citadel Tower. Da hinten ist einer, genau. Den hatte ich gesucht. So, Level Up. Wie Level Up? Ah, Level Up, Moment. Squad, genau, wir gucken mal. Deploys Manager to all wounded Squad Members, bla bla. Ashley, keine neue Fähigkeit. So, wir haben 3 Punkte. Ah, Store Discount, das kann ich brauchen. Dann, was brauchen wir noch? Electronics, Decryption kann nicht schaden. Was ist denn Infiltrator? Reduces Heat Buildup on Pistols and Sniper Rifles. Puh, Increased Damage Reduction. Oh, Leute, ich bin mir nicht sicher. Ich mach mal den hier. So, alles klar. Jetzt können wir, glaube ich, weitermachen. Bin mir gerade nicht mehr sicher. Hier war dieser eine. War da nicht noch einer irgendwo? Ich meine, irgendein Keeper... Irgendeinen Keeper hatten wir da noch. Habe ich den da hinten schon? Oh, Alter. Ohne Quatsch, mein Gedächtnis. Den hier hatten wir schon. Ja, den hatten wir schon. Alles klar. So, dann gucken wir hier nochmal ein bisschen rum. Was ist das denn? Ach, Rapid Transit. Das brauchen wir gerade nicht. So, ich bin mir nicht sicher, aber ich meine... Irgendwo wäre hier noch ein Keeper gewesen. Hier vielleicht? Da, genau. Haha. So, das ist keine große Sache, aber... Bringt ein bisschen Kohle. Was denn? Also, Saren, das ist schon Stadtgespräch quasi. So, war hier unten noch ein Keeper? Nee, ich glaube nicht. Nee, sieht nicht so aus. So, also, was haben wir denn jetzt als nächste Hauptaufgabe? Ich glaube, wir müssen als erstes mal mit Bala Von reden. Und über den Shadow Broker ihn ausfragen. Was war denn noch? Wir hatten doch 2 Leads. Einmal Bala Von und den Shadow Broker und einmal noch irgendwas anderes. Ich hab's gerade wieder vergessen.
Saren's one of their best operatives. It's only natural they take his word over ours.
Oh, so now we just chase leads while this smug Turian runs around with his Geth troopers.
That's politics, Chief.
I hate politics.
Aber sexy Fahrstuhlmusik. So, da ist schon der nächste Keeper. Den können wir auch gleich mal scannen. Jawohl. Gibt jeweils 30 Credits. Ja. Das passt schon. Da hinten war noch einer. Okay, Sekunde, kümmere ich mich gleich drum. Ich glaube, da geht noch was ab. Erstmal den Keeper gescannt. War hier noch einer? Nee.
That Hanar refuses to listen to reason. Why can't it act in an orderly and lawful manner?
Are there laws being broken here?
I am not unreasonable. The Hanar is free to spew its nonsense once it purchases an evangelical permit.
So if the Hanar gets a permit, it's allowed to preach?
No. Registered evangelicals must follow regulations. There are specific areas where preaching is legal. Failure to follow the regulations results in the forfeiture of the license.
Why don't you just arrest the Hanar?
I could arrest the jelly, but my superior has requested that I find a solution that does not anger the Hanar. The Hanar become vocal when they feel their religious beliefs are being suppressed.
What's the purpose behind the evangelical permits?
Forcing religious evangelicals to register for a permit weeds out undesirables. It keeps the area safe. The Citadel is too important to become a battleground for a religious war.
If you'd like, I could talk to the Hanar for you.
I have argued with the stubborn jelly all afternoon.
Do you desire to learn of the Enkindlers? Or has the Honorable CSEC officer enlisted assistance?
What's going on here?
The CSEC officer requests that this one purchase an evangelical permit to spread the truth of the Enkindlers.
If that's all the CSEC officer wants, why not just buy the permit?
The truth of the Enkindlers is universal. This one humbly believes that the truth should not be suppressed. Exacting payment as a means of imposing limits upon the truth is an abrogation of this one's religious freedom.
Is this really how you want to represent the Enkindlers?
The truth of the Enkindlers must be made known. They gave the Hanar language, and gave the universe the mass relays. This one only wishes to spread the truth to any who will listen. There is no intent to cause trouble.
Is this how the Enkindlers would want you to use this gift of consciousness?
The Enkindlers would wish for their message to be spread to all sentient races.
If the Protheans wanted you to force your message on the unwilling, they'd have said so.
This one hears wisdom. Perhaps enthusiasm has clouded judgment in this matter. This one departs now, and will not intrude upon the Presidium again.
Ja, okay. Das war einfach.
I see the Hanar is left. Thank you.
Happy to help.
Here, for your assistance in this matter. Now, if you'll excuse me, I should report to my superiors.
Alles klar. Mal ordentlich abgestaubt. So, Moment, den hatte ich schon. Okay, wir gucken uns nochmal nach den Keepern um. Weil das ist eine relativ simple Mission. Wir müssen einfach nur einmal überall langlaufen. Und Citadel ist zwar relativ groß, aber durchaus überschaubar. Ich glaube, da hinten ist keiner mehr. So, hier ist Balavon. Ach, weißt du was? Da, wo wir gerade mal da sind. Quatsch schon gleich mal mit dem.
Is there anything I can do for you today, Commander?
I've heard you work for the Shadow Broker. Do you have any information about Saren?
You're very blunt, Shepard. But you're right. I am an agent for the Shadow Broker.
Aha.
And I do know something about Saren.
I hear your information can be expensive.
Normally, this information would cost a small fortune. But these are exceptional circumstances. So I am going to give it to you for free.
What's the catch?
There is no catch. The Shadow Broker is quite upset with Saren right now. They used to do a lot of business, until Saren turned on him.
Saren's turned on a lot of people lately.
I don't know the details, but the Shadow Broker hired a freelancer to deal with it. A Krogan mercenary.
How do I find him?
I heard he was paying Citadel security a visit. If you hurry, you can probably catch him before he leaves the CSEC Academy.
Isn't it strange that a Krogan would want to speak with CSEC?
Very. However, I doubt the visit was entirely his choice. You'll need to speak with him if you want to know more.
Tell me more about the Shadow Broker.
Most people think I deal in finances, but my real currency is knowledge. I trade information, and it has made me very wealthy. But the Shadow Broker is the true master. Every day he buys and sells secrets that could topple governments, always giving them to the highest bidder. Yet somehow he never seems to upset the natural balance of power. All those secrets being passed around seem to even out. Nobody ends up with an advantage in the end.
Any guess what his identity might be?
I don't know. Nobody does. The Shadow Broker could be any race, any gender. I have a theory that it's actually an entire group working under one identity. How else could they juggle so many contacts at the same time? How else could they keep all that information from getting crossed? But they've got the perfect setup. Every government is forced to play their game so they don't get behind. But no matter how long you play, no matter how many secrets you buy, you can never win.
I thought you'd know more about the man you work for.
From time to time I come across information I sell to the Shadow Broker. That's my only involvement. I like it that way. The more you know, the more dangerous the game becomes. I don't like danger, Commander. I'll leave that to you.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
Okay, die Spur führt also... Die Spur führt also zu CSEC. Moment, war hier nicht noch irgendwo... Genau, da hinten war doch noch so ein Keeper. Den scannen wir gerade nochmal. Ah, hier ist er. Sehr schön. Ich muss gerade mal nachgucken, ich glaube... Okay, Citadel Rex. Speak to Rex. Ah, genau, das ist die Mission, die wir gerade bekommen haben. Dann haben wir Garrus, genau. Garrus, da sollen wir mit Harkin sprechen. Chorus Den, da wollten wir eh hin. Und Expose Saren. Okay, das ist die übergreifende Mission. So, Scan the Keepers, 7 von 21. Asari Consort. Speak with General Septimus. Ich glaube, der war auch in Chorus Den. Was ist das? Head to the Century System in the Hawking Ether Cluster. Okay, das ist, da müssen wir wohl eine Reise mit der Normandy unternehmen. Okay, was machen wir denn zuerst? Ah, hier ist noch ein Keeper. Alles klar. Gescannt. Nochmal 30 Credits kassiert, einverleibt. Egal. So, hier unten war doch auch... Da ist ein Keeper, genau. Ein Keeper? Nein, ein Keeper. So, gescannt. Ich glaube, da unten war keiner. War da hinten noch einer? Moment, ich guck gerade mal. Bin mir gerade nicht sicher. Ich meine, den hätte ich gerade schon gescannt. Ich bin mir fast sicher, dass hier noch einer ist. Hier, genau, da hinten. Upp, Moment. Ah ja, stimmt, da kam ich doch her. Ja, da kam ich her. Ach, egal. So, Moment, da hinten war ein Keeper, den haben wir gescannt. Da hinten war ein Keeper, den haben wir gescannt. Boah, 21, wo sollen die denn alle sein? Okay, wir sind jetzt hier nur im Presidium, das heißt, wir waren noch nicht in den Wards. Da wird es auch noch einige Keeper geben. Okay, da kamen wir auch her, das heißt, die müssten wir alle schon haben. To CSEC and Embassies. Genau da wollen wir hin. Also, wir haben einmal in Cora's Den diesen Typen, der Kontakt zu Garrus sein soll. Und wir haben... Oh, jetzt habe ich schon wieder vergessen. Was war denn der andere Kontakt? Bei CSEC, genau. In CSEC Academy. Dieser Typ, der auch... hinter Saren wohl anscheinend her ist. So, gab es hier nicht noch irgendwo einen Keeper? Moment. Den da unten haben wir schon. Nee, ich glaube, dann geht's hier weiter. So, CSEC Academy ist da unten lang. Da müssten wir sowieso irgendwann hin. Aber hier in den Embassies, in den Botschaften, da gab es doch noch Keepers. Bin ich mir relativ sicher. Ah, okay. Erstmal hier lang. Also ich weiß mit Sicherheit, dass hinter der Kneipe noch ein Keeper ist. Moment. Hier, glaube ich, war auch noch einer. Genau, ganz hinten. So, gescannt. Nochmal 30 Credits und 10 XP. Dann hinter der Kneipe. Dann gerade nochmal hier reinschauen. Aber ich glaube, hier war keiner. Nee. So, hier ist die Kneipe. Okay. Genau, den hier hatten wir noch. Gescannt. So, gerade mal nachschauen. Journal. 11 von 21. Das heißt, wir brauchen noch 10 Keeper. Das ist eine ganz schöne Menge. Aber wir haben die Hälfte hinter uns. Also, ich schätze mal, dass dann der Rest in den Wards ist. Hoffe ich jedenfalls. So, wir können gerade nochmal auf die andere Seite gehen. Wir können nochmal gucken, was hier hinten noch los ist. Ich meine, da wäre auch noch einer gewesen. Schauen wir mal. So, da geht's nicht rein. Genau, hier in der Botschaft war auch noch einer. Bin ich mir relativ sicher. Hö. Hö. Aber hier war doch einer. Okay. Die wandern also auch ein bisschen durch die Gegend anscheinend, die Keeper. So, war hier irgendwo einer? Ne, anscheinend nicht. Gut, okay, also da stand eben noch einer. Mittlerweile anscheinend nicht mehr. Gucken, ob ich den irgendwo anders finde. Und ich glaube, wir benutzen mal das Rapid Transit System. Weil... So, Presidium und Wards. Okay, Presidium... Wards Access. Genau, da wollte ich hin. Korrekt, darunter. Weil die Tür müsste jetzt inzwischen offen sein. Ja. Ah ja. Mal wieder eine Aufzugfahrt.
In light of the recent attack on Eden Prime, many colonial investors are pulling their support for future projects. Proponents of expanded human colonization insist that Eden Prime was an isolated case. Nevertheless, colonist enrollment has dropped sharply. Many colonial proposals are on hold until backers have some reassurance that human colonies will be adequately protected.
So, entering the wards. Alles klar. So, was denn hier los?
Do you really think we'll find him down here?
He always stops in for a few games of Quasar before he makes his drop.
Fist is gonna be pissed if we take down his supplier.
That's the point. We want him angry people.
Aha. Wusste ich doch, dass hier noch einer rumlungert. Und der nächste Aufzug. Mit der sexy Fahrstuhlmusik.
A Solarian excavation team has run into an unexpected problem after unearthing a Prothean dig site. Hanar protesters have blockaded the dig site, claiming that artifacts of the Enkindlers, as the Hanar call them, should not be disturbed. The excavation team has appealed to Hanar representatives on the Citadel to reach a diplomatic solution.
Mhm. Also die Hanar stehen offensichtlich sehr auf diese Protheans, die sie selber die Enkindlers nennen. Die Enkindler, das heißt auch irgendwas. Die Erleuchter oder irgendwie sowas. Das ist auf jeden Fall was Religiöses. So, was haben wir denn hier? Aha. Der nächste Keeper. Gescannt. Die rote Beleuchtung ist so ein bisschen Notfallbeleuchtung anscheinend. Okay. Saving. Sehr schön. Alles klar, dann genau. Werde ich jetzt hier auch mal speichern. Ich werde mal ein Päuschen machen. Bedanke mich bis hierhin fürs Zuschauen und bis zum nächsten Mal.